Welcome! My name is LikeIt's1985, and today we are going to take a look at DX9 Invisible. Of course, this is a Mirage figure in masterpiece form. And first off, let me show you the box. Really nice artwork on the box here. I do like it a lot. So there's the front. Take a look at the sides here. And finally, the back. The figure does come with a collector card. This is plastic. It's a really nice material. Really nice picture of Invisible and his tech specs. So as far as weapon accessories, you can see that the figure does come with this rocket launcher. Now it doesn't actually have a spring-loaded feature, which is fine because this is after all a adult collectible, not a kid's toy. So don't need to have that, spring-loaded gimmick. It looks great with a chrome missile. And he comes with this rifle. Really nice. So, as far as articulation on this guy, the head is on a ball joint. And the head, the actual head is really stiff. I don't know what it is, whether it's just the actual ball socket is so tight that it's hard to rotate the head. I'm not sure. But on my figure, at least, it takes a lot of doing just to rotate the head. But you do have a wide range of posability with that head due to that ball joint. So then there's articulation of the shoulders here, swivel. You can get the arms up like that if you really want to. And got yourself a bicep swivel. And there actually is a bicep swivel and a bend there, and then there's a bend actually at the elbow too. You can basically, due to the transformation, you can get that into a 180 there. So that's nice. The wrists are simply ball joint, as you can see there. And then there's a hinge, kind of a joint there, for the four fingers. So that's nice. Waist articulation is present. Then you got these joints here allowing the legs to go all sorts of directions. Swivel at the thigh, bend at the knee, and then the ankles are a bit strange because you have this pivot point here and it pivots the toe, or the foot rather. So you can see how that pivots back and forth. I don't end up using that a whole lot, but you do have that. The figure is somewhat hard to stand, depending on... When I first got it out of packaging, I had some trouble, but once you find the right balance, it's not a big deal. I don't find that there's a whole lot of useful articulation at the ankles because of that, but there's enough there that I'm satisfied with it, so I don't really have any personal issues with it. So, as we take a look at the figure, it's fantastic. A very, very nice update of, Generation 1 Mirage as well as Classic Mirage. And I'll show you a size comparison just a little bit later. But you can see there's the head sculpt, really nice. Lots of nice chest detail. These chrome bits here, I believe it's this one here, falls out pretty frequently on mine. And what I may do is just get some super glue and super glue that in there. But on mine, one of these tends to fall out pretty much every time I transform the figure. But not a big deal. You just put it back in. There's a kind of a peg in a peg hole. So got some nice detail here. The waist, and fantastic chrome, as I talked about here in the missile, on the shoulders here. These chrome bits, and then you can see they'll become the engine cover for vehicle mode, but right now it's just some nice chrome detail. And finally, the foot, or the feet, really nice chrome there as well. So, real nice figure. You can see a bit some chrome here. This will actually become the front spoiler, which I'll show you during the transformation. But really nice, solid figure here in robot mode. So here we can see that Invisible fits in nicely with his Masterpiece brothers. In fact, he's the same height, identically almost to his fellow car-based Transformers, which is nice, and you can see how he stacks up against Optimus Prime there. So I think he fits in really nice with other Masterpiece Autobots. And just for fun, here is a shot of G1 Mirage, Classics Mirage, and finally, of course, the invisible third-party Mirage. So it's nice to see that there's a size progression from Generation 1 to Classics and finally to Invisible. Alright, Invisible in vehicle mode. Really nice race car mode. I love the chrome here, as in robot mode, on the spoiler here, on the engine cover, on these bits here, as well as on the front spoiler. So looking fantastic. I do love my race cars. Even the back end looks good with all the kind of like the suspension bits here. It looks really nice. Here's a look at the underside. And next up, let me show you some size comparisons. So here is Invisible in race car mode compared to Classics Mirage and Generation 1 Mirage. It's interesting to see that the colors or the shades of blue are different. There's no one blue that's similar to the other one. So that's interesting to me. And as you can see, the Generation 1 race car mode does have the chrome as well on the spoiler, the engine cover, the bits here, as well as the front spoiler. So basically Invisible matches the placement of chrome on the race car, which is cool. I like this figure a lot. I'm a big Transformers fan, obviously, but for those of you who don't know, I'm a big sports car and racing fan. So I love my sports cars and race cars, and when I first learned about this figure coming out from DX9, I was really excited to actually, pre-order this and finally get it in hand, and to be able to actually own it is awesome. I don't know if Hasbro or Takara have any plans on releasing a Masterpiece Mirage. I hope they do, because I'd like to see what they can come up with as compared to Invisible here. If it's not half bad, I probably will pick that up too, just to have, because I love my race cars. But I'm overall pretty happy with it. Small nitpicks here and there. One thing is the instructions are not that great. In fact, there is a step they totally omit from what you have to do to transform the figure properly. And when they show you the transformation to fold up the legs to go into car mode, they're not really clear on what you have to do with this bit here. As you saw during the transformation sequence, there is a bit of rotating of that to get that out of the way in order for the leg to fold in here in this area. So that's one thing, a small gripe I have with it, is the instructions. The wheels, as I mentioned before, can be wobbly at times, but I largely forgive that because it probably is necessary for the transformation, for moving in and out of the wheels, going into car mode and robot mode. So not a big deal. Overall, it looks pretty good. I don't have a lot of problems with it. So plastic quality is great. No problems there. I don't feel like I'm stressing anything. The only time I felt a little bit scared was pulling out on these wheels, pulling them out to get the wheels out for the race car mode. You got to use quite a bit of force. And you kind of just have to have a leap of faith that it's going to work, and so far it has. Nothing has broken, as far as I can tell. It's a solid figure, feels solid. No plastic issues that I can see. The paint is applied nicely. I think it's. I have no problems, recommending this figure if you are interested in Mirage. Having a Masterpiece scaled figure of Mirage, and like I said, I don't know. I haven't heard any plans or rumors about a official Mirage figure, but if you can't wait, this might be a good way to go. Alright, thanks for watching. This has been my review of DX903 Invisible. Thanks for watching.